Hey Danny, how you doing, man?
You are on Shouting into the Void. Please swear a lot. Please.
Swear as much as you can.
Yeah, we're doing what we're doing? We're doing Doctor Who, Season 1, Episode 12, Bad Wolf.
Yeah, Bad Wolf. Bad Wolf, right. It's something my wife has said several times, and to be honest with you, it's only really hit home now. Bad Wolf is a terrible phrase. It's like they're deliberately trying to make it ominous.
Yeah.
Like, make it two random words.
Bad
Literally, just flick through a
wolf.
dictionary and just smack your finger down on a page. Pick two words that way.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what's bad? The word bad? Yeah, that's pretty bad. I think that's quite bad. What
Yeah.
about wolves? They're quite bad. Oh, yeah, they are. Bad wolf. That's fucking great, Darren. Keep it coming, mate. And then he's there typing away feverishly. Oh,
Let's just
God.
go with Bad Wolf.
Yeah, exactly.
This episode was written by Russell T Davies. It was directed by Joe Hearn, and it's starring Christopher Eccleston, Billy Piper, John Barrowman, Joe Joyner, Jamie Bradley, Anne Robinson, and Davina McCall.
By the way, right, how much better would The Weakest Link be if there was a genuine risk that Anne would just straight up shoot you in the head? How much more... It wouldn't.
Lewis-
Don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating blood sport.
Lewis,
I'm just
this
saying
is-
that it would
this
be
is how these
so much more
societies
horrifying
start.
to watch.
When it's fucking crazies like you that go, oh yeah, that'd be really good, we should do that. This is how it begins.
I do not think that we should have people with guns on quiz shows.
God's
or
sake.
anywhere, really. I don't think we should have people with guns. Maybe
Yeah.
let's avoid that.
God's sake. That means starting fucking blood sports sponsored by Shouting Into the Void.
We do not have the money to sponsor
No.
anything, let alone
No.
a television show.
Definitely
Um,
not.
Right, have we got an opening statement, Cocker?
Yes, a funny yet dark satirical look at the destructive nature of reality TV, as well as the return of the most dangerous force in the universe. Anne Robbins. No, the Daleks.
Oh, Dan, do you remember that Bad Wolf thing from the whole series? That thing we keep referencing? Do you remember that thing? Yeah, well, that's what this episode's called, but it's not going to explain it, because fuck you! That's my opening statement.
Lovely. Creepy room queries, questions, statements.
Statement stuff. When does Arnold Schwarzenegger get elected
Yeah!
president of the United States? When does that happen?
That's funny. I love how the Doctor's like the only one that tries to get out of the game. Look, Rose and Jack just seem like incredibly invested in it. They just forget that they've been beamed from the fucking TARDIS to this place. And Jack, see if they didn't turn out to be bad, like robots, he would have just stayed.
Yeah, he would have. That's
wouldn't-
true, actually.
he wouldn't
The
have
Doctor would have
left.
come in and be like, they tried to kill me, and I'd be like, what? What do you mean? They just took my clothes off.
He would have just been there for
thrown me
the
in a few
like,
different outfits.
the invasion, the entire thing. Like, he'd have just sat it out and just been like, "Oh, what a great show!" Fuck's sake.
One thing I do like is I like how the cameras in Not Big Brother, I like how they have little wiper blades on them.
Yeah,
It's like the show just keeps going, no matter what. It's another of that, the It Keeps Coming horror that we always bloody talk about on this show. But it is another iteration of that.
yeah,
Of like, it keeps coming. The show keeps going. You can just try as much as you want to stop it. It will not happen. You will die.
yeah. I do like how it's like the year like 500,000 or something like that, and like
Yeah.
the telly still looks shite in the Big Brother house. Like,
Yeah.
I think one said like LG on it or something like that. It was like LG TVs are still about. I don't even know if I haven't seen one in ages in real
I
life.
think we have a Samsung TV.
Yeah.
And then this one in here is a Samsung TV.
Uh huh.
I mean,
So, yeah.
the LG TVs have got to exist, haven't they?
I would imagine so. Yeah.
What a riveting subject for a podcast. Do LG TVs still exist? I gotta say, I do like how the celebrities voiced their robot counterparts.
Yeah, I
How
do.
Davina McCall was like, "Welcome to the Big Brother house," and all that stuff. I like that.
This is Davina Droid.
Surely they would have gone with Droid Vina or something like that.
Yeah, or
Try and make a really convoluted pun out of it. Come on now.
Davina McBot or
Yeah, that's perfect, Dan. Good question. If you were actually on Big Brother in real life, would Mystique be a good tactic to go with?
What?
Mystique. In that, like, if you just stand there and go, there's something going on, and you try and create a sense of dramatic intrigue, would people vote for you just to see what happened?
I don't know.
Just to see what kept you, what you thought was happening.
I think if I was ever on Big Brother, I'd just be like brutally honest. I'd be as honest as possible. You know, I'd just be like, you're shite, you're shite, you're shite, you're shite. You're alright, you're shite. Just do that, you know, because people like that for some reason. Don't know why, but they do.
I have another question. Rose, right? When Rose is on the game show,
yeah,
people are getting the questions wrong, and she's laughing, and she's like, "Oh, that's bloody hilarious."
Yeah.
And then the thing is, oh no, it turns out people die in this version of The Weakest Link, and so you go from laughing to, oh, holy shit, everyone's dying. Laughing like that is a dick move, even on a non-homicidal version of The Weakest Link, right? You're on The Weakest Link, and people were getting their questions wrong, and you were just like, ha, you cunt.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
But like, from her perspective, it's like, what the fuck is going on? This is hilarious. It's The Weakest Link, but it's an android. The android, fucking hilarious. You know, I would be laughing. I'd be like, what the fuck is this? This is so strange.
Yeah.
Because I imagine she watched The Weakest Link a wee bit before she left with the Doctor. Because it was on all the time in the 2000s. Like the early 2000s, you know? It was always on. Always. Either that or Jeremy Kyle or like Trisha. Or like fucking these TV shows that are just not there anymore. You know? Or like someone selling you a house in Spain or something like that. Just like...
Yeah.
Like bargain hunters. You know the sort of TV I'm talking about?
I do know. It's the kind of thing you only watch when you're at the dentist. Because for some reason, appointments at the dentist are always in the middle of the day, which is bizarre for some reason. So you're sat there in the waiting room, and you're thinking, well, I mean, I've got this pain in my tooth, or even if it's just a checkup, and you're sat there and you're watching somebody try and sell somebody else a house that's in Marbella.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, this is just really surreal and weird. It smells like anaesthetic, and I'm watching someone buy a house in Spain. What the fuck's going on?
And or if it's Jeremy Kyle, the sort of title card underneath is like, my gerbil married my uncle or something like that. Just something really ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, bit of nostalgia there, bit of early 2000s nostalgia when everyone wore those fucking massive, big sort of flary trousers. Those flary jeans.
The early 2000s were a lawless wasteland.
Yeah, they were.
In terms of most pop culture things.
Definitely.
There was squeezy purple ketchup. What
That's
kind of
true.
insanity is that?
Oh my god, I remember that. Do you remember Go-Go's?
No, what the hell is a Go-Go?
Do you remember the little toys?
Go-Go's. The Go-Go's were a band.
No, the type in
Go-Go's Toys. Oh, bloody hell, yes I do!
Yeah, remember that?
Oh, little tiny figurines that's like... What are these little fuckers? They're like little monsters or something.
I used to have fucking thousands of those things. Honestly, big boxes of them. PlayStation 2 as well, that was a thing.
I had a PlayStation 1 on which I played relentlessly Hercules, the video game. you know that Disney, the animated one with Danny DeVito?
Yeah.
That, but the video game. It was really strange because I'd never seen the film, I'd only ever played the game, so I got a really strange idea of what the film was about. I was like, how much leaping from column to column does Hercules do in this film?
God. Oh, God, a bit of nostalgia. There you go.
Indeed. Right, I've got a question.
The
Doctor makes a very good point that if something could transmat him off the TARDIS, why not just transmat him directly into a volcano?
Yeah.
Why have the Daleks never done that? If they can teleport him off the ship,
why
not transmat him into a volcano?
Yeah, but they didn't do it, though.
Oh, who did? Satellite 5?
It was the controller, remember?
Oh, yeah, of course it was. Bloody hell.
Yeah, because
so the controller doesn't want him dead. Yeah. Okay.
Which brings up an interesting point. The only reason that the Doctor was there is because the Daleks have been insanely muttering about him for like hundreds of years. They've been just building themselves. The Doctor, he's an asshole. Oh, for fuck, I hope he doesn't show up. And then the controller's like,
We've been nailing it so far. I hope he doesn't turn up and fuck us all over.
He always shows up at the last minute because the writers can't be bothered going through actually how we got to where we were, but for some reason we made humans come up with these fucking games. That's another point. Did the Daleks...
Maybe this is like some pre-Dalek entertainment on Skaro when they were like still vaguely humanoid.
Yeah.
When it was Davros and his mates when they were kids, they would watch The Weakest Link.
Welcome to The Weakest Khaled. And or The Weakest Thal. Because it was against the Khaleds and the Thals, and they were very xenophobic against the Thals, so it would be The Weakest Thal. There you go.
Now for the million credit question. It's just great. I can imagine all these.
Yeah.
And they've got a a Khaled version of fuck. What's his name? The bloke from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh, Chris Tarrant.
Yeah, they've got a Khaled version of Chris Tarrant.
Yeah.
Who's now the Dalek Emperor. Yeah. And that's how I imagine that went.
That's why the Dalek Emperor came up with all these game shows, because he was sacked from his old job. It's the Khaled Chris Tarrant.
Oh my god, do you know what this is? It's you know that rant that David Mitchell had about if there was an apocalypse,
yeah,
kill himself because panel shows aren't going to happen again for another however many years. That's what it is. It's the Khaled version of David Mitchell.
Oh my
that's gone,
God.
well, the apocalypse has happened, so I'd better just fast track the process of panel shows to make that happen.
The entire purpose of the Dalek race was to get humanity to a point where panel shows were good again. Holy shit!
Oh god, yeah, that is my new headcanon. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
When the doctor says, "Oh no, I didn't pay my license fee," and Tanya from EastEnders says, "Oh no, you get executed for that."
Yeah.
It's just like in real life then.
Yeah,
I know you might not pay a TV license fee, Dan, because you live with your parents, don't you? But I do pay a TV license fee, and they are so incredibly militant about it.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
I mean, it's not even that much, is it? It's like,
no, it's not. I don't actually know how much it is, but like,
it's not.
I haven't got it in front of me, but it's not a lot. But like, technically, it only pays for BBC channels, and to be honest, the only time I watch terrestrial TV is when my TV turns on and it automatically defaults to that.
Yeah.
And then for that 30 seconds that it takes me to switch to Netflix, that's the only 30 seconds I ever watched terrestrial TV for, ever.
I'll tell you the only two reasons I would ever watch BBC.
Okay.
One, Doctor Who's on, and two, I'm in one of the shows. That's it.
I mean, yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
It's the only two reasons. Oh no, Killing Eve as well. I like Killing Eve.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and Fleabag. Oh wait, no, actually, I do watch quite a lot of it. I have a challenge for you, Lewis.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine I'm a Dalek, right?
Right.
And you've come in and you need to pitch me a game show, right? A sort of bloodbathy sort of version of today's game show, right? Okay, so begin.
Okay, so Mr. Dalek.
Yes.
Dahl, if I may.
Don't.
Okay. Let's say you have a game show featuring a tall man who wears glasses and a short man who used to be in a sketch show, and you would call that show Pointless, is what you would call that.
Yes.
And the objective of the game is to get as few points as possible.
And where is the death and the gore?
Well, it would seem that in this Dalek society with the game shows, it's fairly inconsistent where the gore happens. Is it just an elimination process, or what's the situation? Because people do get eliminated in Pointless, so you have to like sort of eliminate them, and so that in the elimination rounds they could get lasered by Richard Osman. Richard Osman could stand up and take his glasses off, like Cyclops in the X-Men. He could take his glasses off and blast them with laser eyes, and then put his glasses back on. What do you think, Dalek?
I feel as if you have just made that up on the spot. You have had 2 weeks to come up with that. Fuck you!
Oh, well, I do have another suggestion.
Okay, go.
The Dalek. What you have to do, it's similar to Pointless, and you have to try and get a different score of lasers. But
yes,
what you do is they have a category like types of fruit, and then you'll pick out a banana, and you have to try and guess how many laser blasts it will take to vaporize a banana. And if you are out by more than one, you get slowly tortured to death.
This is so shit. I have oh god, I have a really interesting question, right? So
okay, yeah.
So what we find out in the next episode, right? No, we don't. We find out in this episode that the executor beam things are teleporters to the Dalek ships.
Yes.
Where they kill the humans and then like harvest them and things like that. So why are there like game shows where like people get blinded and stuff and like
yeah, stars in their eyes where you get blinded.
Yeah,
and
call my bluff with real guns. You get turned into compost. Like, I thought the entire point was to transport them to the Dalek ships and then get killed and turned into Daleks. So why is there these sort of other shows? So it's not entirely the Daleks, is it? It's not entirely the Daleks, is it? There's just some humans out there who have been like, yeah, let's jump on this trend, but let's just get a bit more creative. For fuck's sake. So I didn't understand that.
Now, the raging communist in me has a question.
Oh, right.
It's very. I've been very outspoken about how much I dislike Amazon and Jeff Bezos and all these mates. I've been very outspoken about that. And there's a bit in this episode where
all his mates,
all Jeff Bezos's mates is.
All his...
I can't think of a hilarious joke about that because he's got none. But
is Jeff coming out to play?
Can Jeff come out to play tonight, Mummy?
He's a very naughty boy. Bit of Monty
He's
Python.
not the world's first trillionaire. He's a very naughty boy. But yes, anyway, Jeff Bezos and Amazon and stuff. In this episode, there's a bit where they take where they point a gun at the back of the Doctor's head and say, "I'll execute him if you take a step closer."
Yeah.
What? How far off are we having people like that are Amazon police? Where you refuse a delivery and they just shoot you in the head immediately.
Well, I did see a thing that Amazon are going to do this new thing where you can pay with your hand.
Oh, well, that's stressful as fuck.
Yeah, so I don't know whether you're getting chipped or like, what's happening there.
Oh, let's not forget about Elon Musk's bloody... Is that stupid thing he's doing? Chucking a chip in the brain of a pig or some bollocks?
Yeah, yeah.
Also, was that security guard in this episode ready to just straight up execute the Doctor? That was just part of his day. He was just ready. He went from 0 to that in no time at all.
I know.
Let's get this bloke up on his feet and let's execute him. I mean, bloody hell. What is in his job description that you might have to regularly execute people on the satellite?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, but like I imagine that's probably where we're heading. Because we're...
What?
No.
the execution.
That's where we're going. Yep. That's what happens if you don't answer a question on, like, would I lie to you or something like that. It's just these...
You get executed.
These armed thugs come out and just kill you. It's like, okay, it's David's turn. Lee Mack just dragged off. You're never that funny. Come on. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. Right, I've got one more idiotic thing to say, and then one thing to say that's actually worthwhile. So let's go with this for a second.
Okay.
Okay, the idiotic thing, considering the shape and size of the Daleks, the ship seems to be a very poor design.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Like human ships, generally, like spaceships that humans have built so far in our lives, have been to optimize the functionality of like, okay, well, humans can fit through a gap so big or whatever. Let's just make it so they can fit into a space that big and press as many buttons as many buttons within arm's reach as we possibly can.
Yeah, Daleks have to fucking like exhaust their like motor functions to get to fucking terminal points. It's
yeah, precisely.
They need to fly. So, I need to go and make some coffee. I'm going down 18 floors.
Some Dalek coffee. What would Dalek coffee be made of?
Humans.
Yes, humans. They'd take the most cocoa bean-like part of a human, which would be I don't know, sorry, the coffee bean, the
earwax,
the eyeball or something.
The ear.
Yes, they make coffee out of the earwax.
Yeah, lovely.
Yes, right. Here's the actual worth saying thing that I have for this episode,
right.
and the rest of it's bollocks. The controller is a really good character.
Yes.
I liked that very much. I've got controllers so spooky, holy crap. A victim, but still been made into a monster by other monsters who are much worse.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing about cables being plugged directly into her skin, and the hair being so sort of such a strange shape and so sort of bleached white and just so incredibly deathly pale, and all she can do is just stand there and recite these strings of numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's this brilliant, sort of terrifying character building.
And the
Absolutely brilliant.
And the Daleks did that to this 5-year-old girl who was like, has just been installed for her entire life, and all she can see is just numbers and just it's so fucking horrible. It's you forget that Daleks aren't just shouty things that go about shooting people. They're actually like geniuses, like mad sort of racist geniuses that go about and just ruin people's lives as well as, you know, exterminate entire populations. It's so sinister, this episode, as well as being quite funny.
Yeah, that's sort of the scary thing about this episode for me, is the sinister nature of the Dalek plot.
Yeah,
It's like it's not about the Daleks just, all right, let's everybody get down to Earth and then we'll just like shoot everyone.
Yeah,
like they do every other Tuesday. We've been behind the scenes for centuries, literal centuries. We've been doing this.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? That's horrifying.
And it's the Daleks' plots are always convoluted. There's always a convoluted plot involved. But then once they have their plot, their only goal is just to kill. It's so it's so horrible and yet ironic. It's like, we're going to put all this effort in, and then once you know, in the next episode, they literally just straight up bomb whole continents. They literally just send down like a few ships and just start bombing like Europe and like Australia and all that. It's so fucking horrible. These
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, you're completely right. It's right. I know we were just talking about that, but I've got some. I've made a few notes about different world-building-y bits in this that I really liked.
Yeah.
Like things like the world-building that was between the two of them. The one actor. Sorry, the bloody hell, I'm terrible at this. There were two people working in that office on floor 500, and one of them was a man, one of them was a woman, and the man was the one who took a log of all the unauthorized transports or whatever it was he said about like people have been turning up and I don't know why. And he was making these notes of it. And the other one was the lady who played Elaine the Pain in Tracy Beaker.
That's right, yep.
Yes, and that was like a gentle sort of romance world building. It's like it doesn't serve to further the plot in any meaningful way.
No.
It just fleshes out those characters massively.
Definitely.
Because by just one or two little lines, you know what their relationship is, and you know what they think of each other, and you know what I mean? It really serves to advance that every relationship just by being near this one.
Yeah. The faked, sorry to just completely segue. They completely fake out Rose dying like every fucking episode now.
Yeah, that's true. It's like 24/7. Rose has died many times at this point.
She's died once by a Dalek. And then she was like, oh, no, she's alive. And then she gets shot. But no, she's just been teleported across space. And she nearly died when she was like, I'm not playing. And luckily, some fucking idiot was just like, I'm not playing! As if the script was just like, okay, shout. Save her, quickly. Ex Machina, right there.
That was one thing that got me was when they were like, oh my god, Rose is in with the android. It's like, well, it doesn't make any difference that she's with the android or with anybody else. They're all fatal, right?
Yeah.
They're all horrific.
How does Linda know what rooms they are? Because presumably she's never been outside. It's like, oh, she's at floor thingy 494 at room 6.
Maybe there's like Louis Theroux's great grandson is like is out there making these documentaries, and he's being like,
what?
Oh yeah, this is Satellite 5.
Yeah, and she's watched it and she's been like, she's memorized every single room.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only logical conclusion.
The only logical explanation. I've got to say, yeah, good going, guys. Do an arch as she walks to her death. Nice one.
Do what? Do an arch as she walks to her death?
Yeah, see in the Big Brother where the first woman
Oh god,
died.
yeah,
They
that
did.
was really weird.
They did an arch. I was like, it's not a fucking wedding. She's going. She's going to get killed, as far as you know.
Yeah, I've never watched Big Brother. I don't know if that's just something the housemates do.
I don't think they
when,
do.
when somebody leaves, but like,
So what the fuck?
was it just a gentle world building thing of like, oh yeah, they had a friendship and a relationship, so they're putting their hands up and letting them leave
but
again.
that's fine if like you're moving to like Cornwall or something like that, but not when you're going to get fucking disintegrated.
Yes,
I'd be like, what the fuck are you two doing? I'm going to die and you two are making an arch. Why don't you make me a cup of tea before I go, you cunts?
Why don't you volunteer to go in before me then, dickhead?
Yeah, I'll make an arch
that
for you.
bad about
I'll
it.
make an arch for you. How about that? God's sake. That's
By the way, I couldn't help but get to a point where when they when they had that bit with Jack where they said, oh, and now it's time for the face off, and then she gets that saw out. And
Yeah.
you're like, no, face off. I couldn't help but thinking of the John Woo classic with Nick Cage and John Travolta.
yeah. I like that.
Yeah, we're going to swap Jack's face with Nick Cage's, and then he'll sing Hallelujah while he's like, what is it? He disarms a bomb and then he touches up somebody in a choir. I
Yeah,
don't even remember.
something like that. Yeah, it's weird. Nicolas Cage is a hit or a miss for me. You know, he's either really good or really shite.
Although he does, what did he do? He bought a lot of castles in Europe, and now he's got no money or something.
What?
Are you not aware of this? He's sort of bankrupt now, and he's having to do just anything that people will offer him because
Oh my God.
he keeps buying castles all around Europe.
Oh, wow. I mean, good for him. Whatever makes you happy, mate. But if you can't, wait, do you need to like pay taxes on them, or does the land come with it, or like, what?
I have no idea.
I don't know. But yeah, good luck to you, Nicolas Cage, wherever you are.
I've got a question. If you're listening, Nick Cage, good luck. I've got a question.
Yeah.
100 years of hell seems a bit extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the news turned off. So, I mean, nobody knew what to do, and it immediately became hell.
Yeah.
Immediately, people were out looting and killing people in the streets.
The news, all the news went off, so the only thing we could think to do was to turn the news satellite into a big game station where we randomly select people and kill them, and the winner gets to live.
Only thing we
The
could do.
only solution to this very complex problem. Not try and get in contact with other species and see what's going on. No, fuck that. Immediately, we... The Daleks must have like guided them in some way then.
Yeah, somehow through some telepathic.
I've
something or other.
no idea how, but yeah, it's like, oh god, we need to get in contact with other races, and that there's this, I don't know, Dalek disguised as a human. No, we don't need to do that. We need to set up.
Do not do that.
We need to set up game shows where random people are select. What the fuck?
And then, like, a game show host just comes out of the back room and goes, well, time to make some game shows, baby! And he's just like,
Potato.
put me on that rocket, get me up to the...
Potato. Welcome to the chase, where you get chased by a fucking bear.
Or maybe Bradley Walsh is a robot, the chasers are all robots.
No, Bradley Walsh shows up and sees his game show self, but he's also Graham as well. So the 13th Doctor comes back, and Bradley Walsh is like, Doc, that guy looks just like me. It is you, Graham, in another reality, fam. There you go.
Oh, me fam!
Fam?
And the
Extended.
thing is, I really like the 13th Doctor. I like this sort of very kind Doctor we have.
Very friendly.
But, like, that whole fam...
Yeah.
I understand
Gang?
that it's like...
Team?
Oh, she's picked up the word off Twitter or whatever and really likes it, but every time she says it, it makes me cringe a bit. I don't know why.
Yeah, but there you go. So we've tore that episode to shreds.
We have a bit, yeah. So, Russell T Davies, hope next episode's good, innit?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is a good episode, this one.
Yeah, it is.
It's got some good world building, some good satire, and obviously the Daleks are back. The Daleks are always back, you know. They're never.
Yeah.
They
At
should
the
never.
last moment, Davros or someone will always have a little escape
Yeah.
pod.
How did you survive? Well, I built more of them. What?
The thing is, Doctor, that if there's just one Dalek, I can make like an infinite supply.
Yeah.
So
It's like a Hydra. So you cut off one
Yeah.
head, and it's like, no, 18 more grow. You know.
No, it's like thingy. Oh, what's it pissing?
Is it a recipe? Do you think? Because Davros knows how to make them, but in like Genesis of the Daleks, it was like it required like government funding and like lots and lots of people. But then like in future seasons, one Dalek escaped, and then like the next season after that, just Davros shows up with a fucking billion of them. It's like, where do you get all this material from? Like where are you mining it? It's a lot of fucking metal that you need. I don't know how. I mean, here it made sense because it's like hundreds of years that they spent building, and they got to like 500,000 Daleks and like 200 ships, which is fine. But Davros just fucking in like half a season just yeeted out a bunch of Daleks, like fucking way more than before. So is it? Yeah. Does he have like?
Let's beg the question. How did he do it?
Does he have like a shortcut or?
No. Do you know what it is? It's you know, in Back to the Future when they say, "Oh, if you bought the pizzas," and whoever it is that's bought pizzas goes, "Oh yeah, I got them here." They hold them up and there's like two little circles in their hands.
Yeah.
And they put the little circle in a food rehydrator. They put it in for 10 seconds, and it goes bing, and then they take it out. And it's one enormous pizza. What Davros's little metal balls are full of on his chair is little miniature Daleks.
Yeah.
That he puts into a little machine, and then it goes bing, and then got a full size Dalek comes out.
Just in the microwave. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Damn fucking right it does.
Yep, totally. Don't question it, bitch. There you go.
No, I really do enjoy this episode. I like the world buildinginess, and I like the idea of humanity's flaws being even more on display.
Yeah.
In this world where it's like, oh yeah, we've got a lunar penal colony, and we've got a satellite where we make all the TV in the world. And
we're just doing our jobs. Oh
God.
Yes, that classic sentence that it immediately absolves you of all you've done. We're just doing our jobs. I'm just killing people. We're just doing our jobs. God's sake.
Fine, isn't it? Just doing our jobs. Don't worry about it.
It's good pay.
It's good pay.
But yeah, so I think I'm out of notes.
Yes, I am also out of notes.
Well, there you go. So yeah, that was Doctor Who season 1 episode 12, Bad Wolf.
Bad Wolf. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much for listening. It was always a good episode.
Yeah, definitely.
I like this episode of Doctor Who. It's really good.
It is. Do you have a closing statement?
I do. My closing statement is not being thought up at the moment because I thought about it before. But of course, my closing statement is really good episode. It's a really good setup to the sort of events of next week. I really like the sort of slow build of like something's going on behind the scenes. There's something wrong, and I don't know what it is. It's like, oh my god, the Daleks are here. Bloody hell. And they have to go and deal with that. I do really like that.
Yeah, I agree. This is basically now, but the contestants are dead on the inside. Game shows can be good, but are really good at destroying people. Oh, and the Daleks are back. There you go. That's my closing statement.
Well, that was absolutely flawless. So we've got a cheeky bit of shilling to do.
We do a very cheeky bit of shilling. I am
only the cheekiest shilling on this show.
The cheekiest of cheeky. I am on Instagram at O'Hiram. I'm on Facebook at Daniel K Actor. I'm on Twitter at Kerzo2000. What are you on, Lewis?
I am on Instagram at Lewis_Brindley. I'm on Twitter at LewisBrindley4, and I have a Facebook page which is Lewis Brindley. And the show has a Facebook page too, which is Shouting Into the Void, which now has 100 followers on Facebook, which is absolutely wonderful. Thank you to each and every one of you. That means the absolute world. So yeah, check us out on social media. We post stuff. We exist. Go and check it out.
Definitely. We're on Podomatic, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we have a YouTube channel, we're on Deezer, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on Amazon Podcasts, we have a PayPal donate button, so anything you can spare, anything at all, would mean the absolute world to us.
Indeed it would.
Yeah, we are also on Patreon, and we want to thank our wonderful, wonderful patrons, Chloe, Darius.
Yes, sorry, thank you.
Sophie.
Thank you.
Peter.
Thank you.
Aditya.
Thank you.
And, of course, Richard.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank
one
you.
And all. You make the show possible, and it means the absolute world. Thank you very much.
Definitely. We also have merch. We have t-shirts, tote bags, stickers, jumpers, all sorts of stuff on Teespring and Redbubble. They'll be in the show notes. They'll be within arm's length.
They will indeed. They'll be they'll be somewhere. You'll find them. Promise.
Definitely. And last but certainly not least, we are partnered with a fantastic company called Number 12 Crochet Avenue, and Lewis has some amazing things to say about it.
Number 12 Crochet Avenue is an amazing company run by my amazing wife, in which she crochets and she is really bloody good at it. She makes stuff and she sells it and she's really good. She does stuff to order, but definitely go and check it out. The Instagram is at Number 12 Crochet Avenue. It's no numbers, no abbreviations, it's just them words in that order. Go and check it out. Even if you aren't planning on buying anything, the Instagram is bellissimo.
Yes.
Indeed. So go and check it out. Thank you.
Well, yeah, that's us. The next episode, I believe, is called The Parting of the Ways.
I believe it is indeed called The Parting of the Ways.
Ways will be parted.
They will, and parts will be weighed.
Yeah. It's too big, that part. No, But yeah, so thank you for listening. We shall hear you, see you, smell you, put you in a game show and kill you in creative ways.
Indeed we will.
Blind you with a star next week.
Yes, we'll see you then. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Goodbye.